I think I saw, was it Gilbert Arenas? And then they was talking. And he was professing how he thought Kevin Garnett was better than Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan, I always say about Isaiah Thomas being the most disrespected superstar ever. Tim Duncan's in that top 2 to 3 too. I mean, when you're considered the greatest at a position, you got to be in a discussion. Or if you're one of the top 3 or 4, you got to be in a discussion for all-time greatest player ever. That in a legit format. Because when I had this conversation, I'm talking about the top 2 to 3. I'm not talking about 4 or 5. I'm talking about when we can make a case where you're the top 2 to 3 greatest at your position. We can debate you. And Tim Duncan's name gets mentioned. Obviously, Karl Malone, Charles Barkley, come to mind. Garnett's name is, but this is the thing about Duncan. I don't think people understand how a freak he was as a player. I mean, let me give you an example. He was probably, to me, the basketball equivalent to Peyton Manning in one regard. Now, Garnett's numbers are more Peyton Manning-like, but the way Duncan played was more like, because you could never beat him at his game, but he could beat you at yours. Unless you were Shaquille O'Neal, that was an exception. Kobe later on to an exception, but Shaq, especially when Duncan was prime peak, you had to be some incredible ray of talent. But the point is this: the Kevin Garnetts of the world, the Amari Stoudemires of the world, they never could get the best of that man when he figured it out. And he was unflappable. He had an incredible strength, mind, or game, And the thing about it is Garnett was flashy. See, this is what people be holding. People talk about how they love authenticity, all that. What Tim Duncan is no frills as they come. But it just wasn't fashionable, But he played the game the right way. He brought it to you. And I respect Kevin Garnett, but he was not seeing Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan was on another stratosphere. And Duncan is in my top 5 ever. I don't care what nobody say. Tim Duncan was my favorite player after Shaq in the last 25 years, as far as that certain era go. I've never swayed from that. In fact, I might say 1A with Shaq, because I hold Duncan in high regard. When you're called the big fundamental, that's what Shaq gave him the name. I don't know there's a higher compliment you can give another player. That means he does everything exceptionally well. He checks the boxes, maximum capacity. Kevin Garnett did not have that. And for people to say that Duncan played with better teammates, well, he had David Robinson. But David Robinson was already a proven commodity. But Garnett had Stephon Marbury, who would be considered better than Tony Parker's skills. And before Ginobili got busted, and he did have Latrell Sprewell. You're going to sit here and tell me and Garnett was an MVP. You're going to tell me that, Garnett couldn't figure it out. No, because Duncan couldn't match him. He could score with him. He could rebound with him. He did assists. He blocked shots. He beat you inside out. What else do you want? It's just there was no frills. You didn't see Duncan hot dogging it and hamburgering it and trying to look at me. That's the big difference. But you tell me what you think. Because I don't see too many people hanging with Tim Duncan. I hold Tim Duncan in high regard. And it's a shame it's not even about fundamentals. It's because it wasn't popularity. That's the sad part. People's arguments ain't even about the actual skills. That man actually had the skills. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another shit if you like. And please hit that membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay real, stay cool, stay calm. I'm out. One time. Peace.